This is Jerry Pierce, the radio detective, introducing you to Sheriff Ed Bates, who's been on YouTube many times in the past. And Sheriff, how you doing today?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Sheriff, kind of describe for me the changes you see in the situation regarding law enforcement and the public today.
Well, as our entire culture has changed in the last 40 years, law enforcement has changed also. And unfortunately, I'm not too sure it's for the best. You and I both recall the day when at a major crime, and there was an armed person in that involved in the crime, and he went into a building that had one entrance and one exit. And we were working as partners in those days. And you would take the front door, and I'd take the back door, or vice versa. And we would break inside, and we with drawn gun, and we would proceed to flush out the guilty guy. If he wanted to shoot it out with you, well, he did. And if he ran out the back door, one of the others would catch him. And that was the extent of a serious, dangerous crime. Nowadays, let's face it, the guy runs inside of a building, they stop, they call a SWAT team. Here comes some guys out in military-style uniforms. They have camouflage clothes on. Even in downtown New York City, we'll say. I don't know what they're camouflaging in New York City with the buildings. They ought to dress like a fire plug or something. But yeah, but instead they come out dressed in full battle gear for fighting in Vietnam. And that's only after all else has failed. Because first of all, they call in a psychiatrist or a psychologist. It's called hostage negotiation. And that person will try every way they can to get that person to surrender voluntarily. And that might take 10 or 15 hours. The business is corrupted. They can't do anything. Traffic is all blocked off. And ultimately they end up with the same situation they had to start with. The guy either is shot and killed, or he comes out. And two people could have done that in the first place. Our culture seems to be that law enforcement officers are not able or not capable or not trained to go in there and handle those situations as if it were just a daily occurrence, because it is, in big cities particularly. The biggest problem that we face in our day was that the individual inside may grab a hostage, and that could happen. And I can't recall a single case of a hostage actually being shot and killed in the state of California because he was holding that hostage and wouldn't release him. No, we waited till we got a clear shot and someone would take that guy down. Now that's the most extreme aspect. On the local level, we're more concerned, it seems like today, in developing an income from prosecuting the law. So for example, if we process a crime scene, you and I, as uniformed officers, we're tied up at the crime scene for a while we call the ID Bureau. They come out and process the scene. Then as detectives, we apprehend the guy, put him in jail, and the criminal system goes into effect, and it costs a lot of money. On the other hand, if we're after grandma, and grandma has the baby that day, and the baby throws a candy wrapper out, we can stop grandma and give her a fine of $500, and that money goes into the coffers of the city council, and they really enjoy that. You could almost say that we're more interested in making money than we are in spending it to catch the criminal.
Sheriff, you can be heard weekly on the Radio Detective Show on Sunday nights from 7 to 10. That's Jerry Pierce, the Radio Detective, on GCNlive.com.
Yeah, you betcha.
Okay, and so if they want more, you got more.
And we talk about all kinds of legal and cultural things too.
Perfect. Thank you, Sheriff.